It's Rachelsey at the movies now.
It's Rachelsey at the movies now. It's Rachelsey at the movies, yay!
We went and saw the movie Crawl. This is a horror genre movie, but not, when I say horror, I feel like people think of, you know, a certain thing like The Exorcist or something like that.
It's more like Jaws.
Right, yeah. So it's still the horror genre.
Is that horror?
But it's
Jaws?
Yeah,
horror?
it falls into horror, the genre.
Okay.
This follows a woman who is attending college. She's a young woman who has to drive and go check on her dad because he's not answering his phone, and there is a hurricane in Florida, and they have been evacuated. And she grew up there, so she feels confident, right? And drives through that, finds her dad who's underneath the house because he's doing some kind of construction work and is injured. And then they are surrounded by gators. Large gators. I want to say larger than a normal gator, but I'm not really familiar with gators, so that's just my guess.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, they seemed pretty large.
Yeah. They're them saltwater gators.
Anyway, I did not think that we would go see this movie, but as destiny would have it, there wasn't much else out there to choose from. And then I went to Rotten Tomatoes and I said, what? 84% Rotten Tomatoes? You were telling me that a movie where people are running from alligators? Like, 84%, really? So I was like, okay, we're going to see this. And this is after me of the last few months, every time I saw a promo for this movie, me making fun of it. Like, you know, because I thought it was so ridiculous. To be fair, one of the promos we saw for the movie was off the back of an airplane flying over Galveston. And I just thought that was weird, like, marketing choice. But, you know, whatever. Kelsey, go wait or skip?
I have to say wait to see this movie. If you like these type of movies, it was done. I thought the story was good. Let me say that again. I think they put a lot of intention into the story, and the movie was made well. And if you like this type of movie,
production value, like visually,
the production value was high. I thought that the actors were good in it. It was interesting. I had seen this type of movie before, often with sharks. Haven't really seen a lot with alligators, who are scary. Alligators and crocodiles are basically dinosaurs, so they are scary. So, but ultimately, I don't know. Like it wasn't Jaws, right? It wasn't the original Jaws, which is a great movie. But it wasn't a terrible movie. So I'm gonna stay in the middle and say wait.
I'm also gonna say wait on this movie. And so it was well made, like the production value visually on the screen was well made. They attempted to have a father-daughter story in there that I thought they did a relatively okay job with. It had some really good jump scares.
Yeah.
And that was pretty great. Like, that's always a fun thing at the movie. But overall, there just wasn't like enough depth or meat to this movie for me to like say go see it. So a movie that not too long ago, I can't remember when, but came out. I think it was called The Shallow or The Shallows. Followed a woman, but it was just her carrying most of the movie, and she's kind of trapped like on this rock, like jutting up out of the ocean, and it's a shark. Her and a shark in the whole movie. I don't know what it was about that movie, but that movie I thought was like a really good movie. The story in this movie, like, just wasn't enough between the father-daughter for me. Like, it just didn't. So I'd say, you know what? If this just shows up one day and, like, you want to have, like, you know, a few jump scares and make yourself some popcorn, then yeah. But, like, you don't have to rush out to the movies to go see this.
Spoilers!
Spoilers!
So, here's what I wonder about this movie,
Okay.
Rachel. Would this, because the movie was, the production value was high. You could tell from the way that the story, from the way the movie was made, that somebody very intentionally and with their heart created this piece of art or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, they wanted to make this movie.
It was more like art than like a B movie that, like, you know, about cockroaches, spiders. Like, there's tons of movies
like this. It was like
this.
a
This
person
like,
that loves this genre of movie. Like,
yeah.
I want to make an awesome movie about this. But here's what I wonder. Do you think this movie would have been better and or scarier if instead of alligators, it had sharks in it? Because I was thinking about, because this movie was pretty good, but I was like, is there just something scarier for some reason about sharks? I don't know. Not that there shouldn't or shouldn't be, but isn't that just the case? Because there's so many of these shark movies.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, well, if those were sharks, would I have been scareder?
More scared. I can't answer that without a bias because I have an irrational fear of the deep ocean and sharks and whales. So, I mean, I have like dreams bordering on nightmares occasionally regarding this. I have a healthy fear of alligators and crocodiles. So, I don't want to be in the water with a crocodile. Like, I don't want to be on the land with a crocodile. Like, I definitely don't want to be in the water where it's at its like peak.
Hold on. Alligators and crocodiles aren't the same thing.
Yeah, I didn't think that they were. Okay.
Dumb. She doesn't even know about crocs.
But like, I also like, I don't want to be in the jungle with a lion. But I don't have like irrational like. If I see these things on a screen, I can watch it, and I'm not. If I see a shark in the ocean on the screen, like I have to turn away. I have an irrational fear of sharks.
There's something about sharks.
So I don't
that
know. I can't answer the question.
Bring more.
Hey, if you watch this in the comments and you don't have an irrational fear of sharks, you answer Kelsey's question.
Well, because there's something about sharks that bring more fear out in people. I think the idea that they just always swim, like they never sleep. You know, they're always hunting, and they've got those like dead shark eyes. You know, and they've got those razor teeth. Now, alligators are scary, but they look like giant lizards, right? Or like, I don't know. They're both scary. I wouldn't want to tussle with any of them. So I don't know. I was just thinking about the movie. The movie, I thought
it's like they had a setup for the father-daughter thing because it opens with her at a swim meet, and you can tell this is something of like a point of contention with her. It's bringing like conflict to her life that she like doesn't win her swim meet, and then she's like talks to her sister. She's mad at her dad. Like
but she could swim fast when it counted in the movie.
Yeah. So like they're setting you up. It's all like foreshadowing.
And even
and
like the
sister,
the one sister seemed real super codependent.
Yeah.
Even when like she looked at his phone, her father's phone.
Yeah.
The other sister had called him 25 times, and I was like, oh, that's true to life too. There's sometimes if you have two children, one child will maybe take on the role as a caretaker, and the other child, they have different relationships. So I thought that was intentionally thought out and well scripted in the movie.
Yeah. But then like as they got to like the rest of the movie, I just felt like they couldn't carry out the, scary part, which once the gators became part of the movie, I felt like the relationship between the father-daughter it lost, like the story just kind of like fizzled. Where at the end, like, yeah, they went through this traumatic experience and we assume that their relationship is mended. But like, I don't know, there just wasn't like enough there with that relationship for the movie to be what I think they wanted it to be.
Yeah. I mean, in this genre of movies, if you only look at these type of movies, it was pretty good.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? So if you like these kind of movies, it's pretty good. It's pretty good as far as that goes.
And like, I'm telling you, the jump scares, like, I mean, and so we've already said spoilers. The first jump scare in the movie was a tree. Like, but it was really good. Like, I was like out of my seat. And then it had a couple more that were pretty good. And so I really enjoyed that without me. Like, it didn't involve anything demonic, so I didn't have to, like, come home and be scared long after the movie. Like, I got to leave it all at the theater, and that was nice. It wasn't particularly, like, disgusting. So
there were some pretty rough deaths.
Yeah. I mean, people got eaten by gators, like little side characters that were expendable. And both the main characters got bit by a gator more than once. But it wasn't over the top. Like, I have seen some movies go over the top with gore. And, like, when the dad's arm gets bitten off, like, he didn't, like, wave up his stump and have blood spurting everywhere. Whatever happened normally, like, it just happened and stuff like that. So I appreciated that because I don't know. That's not why I'm going to see a movie for gore.
My biggest criticism of the whole movie was that the end was very abrupt. And, like, shockingly abrupt, where you're like...
but it was also, like, great.
So the movie, there are many times in the movie you're like, oh, I think this movie's about to be over. And then, like, nope, gators are still killing people. And you're like, okay. And then at the end of the movie, it was like this...
Before you say this, can I also point out that the other scary element in the movie was the hurricane itself. So it wasn't just that they were being attacked by gators. They were also about to die by hurricane. And so if you've never been in a flood event and stuck in your house, it is very scary. And, at first he's stuck in the basement, almost dies, and then you have to, like, travel I mean, this has happened in Houston where people are on their rooftops, and like this happens to this father-daughter where they're on the rooftop just so that they don't drown. So they're trying to be safe from both the hurricane and the.
And then in hurricanes also you can get like twisters or little tornadoes in hurricanes. So we also almost had a situation where we had an alligator-nado,
Okay.
which would have competed with the Sharknado movies.
Although Gator-nado doesn't really, like, it's a little harder to say.
Gator-nado.
Had it been Croc-nado, I think that would be better. But it wasn't a
Or
Croc-nado.
Croc-nado.
Anyway, but you were saying at the end of the movie, so the movie, like, they're on the rooftop, and yes, it's very abrupt.
I just remember
She stands up with the flare. They're gonna get rescued by the helicopter. Yeah. Credits, and then what do you hear?
See you later, alligator.
It's like a song. I'm gonna guess
from like
it's from the 50s.
And like, but I was like,
Wild Crocodile.
the feeling I was like, oh, I guess this movie's over now. Which I'm
like, I laughed out loud. Somebody else laughed in the theater.
Yeah.
It was pretty abrupt. Nothing after the credits. I thought this was ripe for like giving me just something more, especially with how abruptly it ended. I thought there might be something more where they might tease a sequel that may never get made, but no, nothing there.
Yeah.
So yeah, we stand by our weights. But hey, a movie about like an animal that's gonna kill you and has great jump scares. Yeah, like it's pretty good in that genre.
Yeah. Let me ask you a serious question about it though. As far as it goes for liking, comment, subscribing, do you think people should go, wait, or skip on that?
I think they should always go.
Go, yeah. Go, like, comment, subscribe. We need likes, comments, and subscribes. If you can think of anything else to give us that too.
Thanks, guys. All right.
See you later, alligator.